Thank you for staying with us. Today, we will be talking about a tweet we found online about a man who says he has stopped his wife from visiting her parents, even though they live in the same city, according to him. She was making it too frequent to the extent that whenever he is not in town, she is ready to run off. Now, someone replied him saying, quote, stopping your wife from visiting her family is the height of it. And no healthy marriage houses such. What are your thoughts on this? Please join the conversation and call us on 081-270-53687 or 091-390-76948. Or you can tweet to us at TVCconnect using the hashtag YourView on TVC. Now, when I saw the story, I was wondering, okay, because I want to put myself in the man's mind. What is his definition of too frequent? Yes, your wife has parents, yes, they're in the same environment. She feels, perhaps she's feeling it's just a stone throw. Let me go and see them. I could just walk down, I could just do whatever. And your feeling is too frequent. What is the definition of too frequent? That's even my concern. Because if you are saying, okay, she goes there 5 times a week, or she goes there, anytime you're not around, she goes there to visit them, okay. Are you saying that, what was the conversation that you had with her? What do you know about the relationship she had with her parents? Were you going to see yourself, feeling that vacuum now that you are taking her out of her family home, out of her family to your home? Were you ready or prepared to feel that vacuum when you told her that you were going to marry her? Because these are some of the things that people are not planning for. You get to meet some people, we call them mommy's boy and all of that. They are looking for persons who can be like their mother to them. But when you are marrying her, or when you got married to her, when you were courting her, what was the conversation in the first place? Did you tell her that I will not allow you to visit your family all the time and stay there? Did she say, okay, I'll be fine with it, we'll see how we'll manage it? Well, I don't know what came to your mind.
The tweet says she was making it too frequent to the extent that whenever he's not in town, she's ready to run off. Okay. He didn't say whenever I'm around. So you're not in the house.
And she feels she can stay with her parents. And is that a problem?
Well, I think there are different dynamics to this story. We don't really know, the tweet is a bit sketchy because there could be issues that the man is not comfortable with. So, for example...
Wait, let her land.
So, for example, I'm just, checking it. There are 2 sides to it. So, one side is that, okay, maybe she's always going there because she feels the need to always be with them. You can talk about that and say, you're a married woman now, you're no longer a child. On the other side, it could be that the woman, tells everything to her parents, which makes the husband uncomfortable, or which tends to undermine his authority in the house. There are some women whose mothers or whose parents still have very strong influences on them, and then when they get into the marriage, they cannot make decisions without, first of all, consulting their parents. So maybe they're having such issues in the marriage, or it's possible that when she runs off, by the time she comes back, they must have, influenced her to behave in a certain manner, which he doesn't like. So I think, there are issues that we need to talk about. Because Toby.
Because I'm wondering.
I'm wondering too. Most times, even when anybody gives a report, we all judge it based on our own perspective, right? And even in this tweet, there are different contexts which you've actually highlighted. But some keywords are sacrosanct there. So, for example, she was making it too frequent that she was...
That's why I asked, what is too frequent? What's the definition of too frequent?
Too frequent, then whenever he's not in town, he didn't say, when I'm around, she will leave me and go to my her parents' house. He says she's ready to...
Wait, let her finish now. She's pointing out. Wait, calm down, everybody. Calm down.
She's ready to run off, right? I do feel that parents are some form of support system. In fact, they're a major support system for a young couple, or maybe so far your parents are around. The role of parents cannot be overemphasized. Even though when you leave your parents' house, sometimes, you know, people say, go back to your husband's house, or are you not a married woman? But there's some form of solace. I mean, so yesterday, I called my mom because I was tired, and I said, Mom, please bring vegetable for me. And before the end of the day, my mom came with fresh bowls of vegetables. Imagine I had a husband that would say, you're always speaking to your mommy too often. It's work that will just finish me. Do you see? So in situations like this, yes, knowing the context also matters, and trying to create scenarios and say, okay, maybe after all, maybe these things are worse than what this guy actually said, which is what you're helping to...
As much as parents can be some sort of succor to whether you're a young couple, whether you are a middle-aged couple or older, whichever the level of the situation is, I am thinking that when something the husband is saying it is too frequent, the parent should also consider the family. As much as, yes, you are there to help them, how would they learn as a couple to live with each other, to manage situation? How will they grow? Will you be there for them for life? No, that's the truth. So they should also, there's a learning process for every phase of your life. If you are a parent to anyone, once you are seeing your daughter appear in your house, your doorstep, too frequently, like the husband, what is wrong? What is going on?
But the husband is usually not around.
No, he is not around. Frequently then,
when he's not around.
So he addressed the two parts.
Two sides.
When he's around, she goes there frequently, and any little exit from the house like this, she has carried a bag. So he actually, maybe it was too frequent. I think what they should have done is, or what he should have done, instead of outrightly telling her not to visit her parents, because they are her parents anyway.
Why would he even tell her not to visit her parents? Because that's another issue for me.
Yeah, you should have just...
Why would you just cut her off from her parents?
Should have discussed with her.
He has stopped his wife from visiting her parents.
That move is what I would condemn, because you can actually have a sit down with her to say, this thing you're doing affects me in this manner, but I understand that you have a bond with your parents.
What if he has tried to have a conversation with her and she's not forthcoming? And she is being adamant to say, these are my parents, I must go and see them, I must do this, I must do that, I must be with them.
Are you also considering maybe the parents are sick and she has to take care? Since we're painting scenarios.
Yes, even if the parents are sick.
He should have pointed that out, if it's the matter of they be
You know how it is that when you are telling a story of something...
Okay, so, now let me follow it up with if it is that they are sick, how about, is she the only child, such that she has to keep going there to take care of them? How about bringing them to her home? Has she had that conversation with her husband to say, to make it easy for me, instead of me going to visit them,
or even
how do I bring them, or hire a caregiver for them to see that, okay, it eases some level of tension in her home. She can manage her home and manage her family. Are we also considering that?
These are real situations that families go through. And sometimes these things lead to a break of relationship. And I really do hope that callers will call in to share their personal experiences with us as regards this matter.
So, or is it because, okay, they are in the same environment, that is why she is taking advantage of visiting them regularly? Because I know a couple, they and their parents live in the same environment, and let's say every Sunday they are there, every opportunity they have, they and their children are at their parents' home, and the parents are not complaining, so to speak. So is it that perhaps when they move, if the parent or they move out of that vicinity, it would be better off for that couple. Are we seeing it in that direction?
That could be a solution to it as well. Maybe the husband could have actually thought of relocating, the family far off from the parents, because she's probably going there frequently because she thinks that it's a stone throw. Let me just stop by, to see my parents. But it also could be a situation, it could be that the marriage is also new. I've heard of a story, in fact, from several women that just got married and they went to their parents' houses after work instead of going to their husbands' houses. Yeah.
It hadn't dawned on them.
Yes, maybe she's just, learning.
It happened, it almost happened to me.
But when she got to the junction, she went back. She didn't get there.
This person, one of the ladies actually told me that she was there, like she opened the door and her parents were looking at her like, what are you doing here? Like, I'm home. You shouldn't be going to
It hasn't dawned on them that dawned on her that I didn't.
Maybe there's also that reality that they just got married. So it hasn't fully dawned on her that, okay.
You're married now.
I'm married now and I need to, face this
You have a man to take care of.
Exactly.
Very nice. Anyway, we need to go on a commercial break. When we return, we'll continue the conversation in the studio. Stay with us.